All right. It takes a little bit just to get this done. Um, Not as simple as I thought it would be. I haven't done a live stream in quite some time. It's been a little while, but I want to say to all of you, thank you very much for the support. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm not totally sure if we have volume here. I think we do. I'm gonna double check. Oh yeah, we have volume. That's good. Hey, to everybody that is watching this or listening to this, I know that it's just early in the morning. It's only 10 a.m. here where I'm at, here in the East Coast, which is 9 o'clock Central Time. Mountain Time, it would be, what, 7? Well, 9, no, 8. And then California time, the Pacific would be 7 a.m. So it's early, but it's the last day of the year, and I know in some places, I'm sure, it's already, the probably already 2022. So for those, my friends that they're on the other side of the world, maybe in Asia or in Australia, if you watch this, thank you very much, and Happy New Year to you, Happy New Year to everyone. So really a cool day, and I would say that it's been a fantastic year. Whether you are watching this right now live, I don't think that there's many watchers right now. There's not many, perhaps only me. And but if you watch this in the future, at the same time, I want to say, thank you very much for your support. Thank you for being part of this channel and your constant, constant support throughout the years. This year, we already have 9 years doing this. I think we're getting closer to 10 years doing the channel, which is an amazing feat. This year we did a lot of I was able to reach a lot of goals. One of them was to be able to do over 1,000 videos. 1,000 videos in the channel. It's amazing to think how many videos we produce in that amount of time. 1,000 videos, that's a lot, and more than 1 million views. I know other channels have less videos and more views, but I take what I can get, and to me that's a victory, which I'm grateful for. That I am grateful for everyone that has been there since day one to being supportive with me, and really giving us the opportunity to be part of your lives through what I do here. And I know many of you are constant in the support and all of that. So right now we're waiting for some people perhaps to show up, and we can look at certain things. Today, really, I really want to say that, again, like I was telling you early, it's been amazing, like the amount of people that have been involved with this channel this year, or the amount of viewers and the followers this year, even though this year kind of went slow because I started working full time and, in a separate thing from YouTube. So I couldn't do as many videos, produce many videos, but we still produce videos, and people were still watching, and we still got viewership. We still have people watching and coming, and new subscribers, which is good. We are over right now. I try to remember, it's like over 3,300 subscribers, which is good, 3,300, and it's still growing. I wish I can get to 5,000, 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, 1 million viewers. That would be awesome. But for the time being, it's I'm grateful for for that. And this, at the end of the year, it's so much that we can discuss. I can share a lot of things that I can talk about. That and I want to answer any questions. So you may have any questions, and for a lot of reasons, I will answer your questions in through the chat. And I know perhaps a lot of people are working at this hour in some parts of the world. Like thankfully I didn't have to go to work today. It was like the day was off for the entire company, so I'm able to stay home and do this. But it's been an interesting year, and I know many of you have gone through a lot of things, of course, with COVID, financial world, it's a mess, collectibles world, and there's been a lot of things this year. And I want to talk about a lot of things today. I was actually since last night, I was making a list of my top 10 of everything. So we're going to discuss that in this video. In this video, I'm going to share what I think about some of the best things that happened in 2021. I did on my podcast, and recently I finally reached the 200 mark of episodes on my podcast, and I'm taking a break from the podcast. I don't know, it's indefinite, so I don't know when I'm coming back to do the podcast. But stay tuned if that's you're interested on it. We'll come back to the podcast, and we will do whatever needs to be done in the future. I don't know, whatever comes. I haven't decided yet how the podcast is going to evolve, or if I continue doing the same thing. And at the same time, I'm at a crossroads right now with this channel, in the sense that I really don't know what the future will bring for the channel. There are times where you kind of get tired of doing the same thing, and as much as I love doing videos, I definitely also find myself a little, I would say, jaded because of it, in the sense that there are a lot of things that I feel in my life I could be doing, the time that I'm investing into a lot of things that I do with these videos. I would like to invest it into things that are more, in my personal opinion, more eternal, or they bring impact to people's lives. I know we have an impact on people's lives through what I do here, but I've been really analyzing my life in recent times, thinking about what is the thing that actually, I can really bring an impact or leave a legacy. I think I already, in that point in my life, I'm in my 40s now, and I'm looking at things in a different perspective. So I don't know. I really don't know. But I'm trusting, I'm praying, I'm hoping that, God will lead me. Also been struggling with my health again at the end of this year. I think it's a lot of it has to do with the stress level. A lot of the work. So I've been struggling again. And I'm right now talking to some specialists, and I'm going through some checkups and stuff like that. And I've been having some really tough days. Pretty much this last week I've been struggling. Even just going to work is a pain. It's really hard. And I wanted to produce a lot of videos. I wanted to produce some videos where I was sharing top 10 statues of the year, top 10 action figures of the year, top 10 movies, and top 10 TV shows, but I just couldn't do it. I did some reviews, but I was still struggling. I'm still struggling. You might look at me like I'm not as bad, but man, I'm telling you, I've been through a lot of pain. But that's what I said. Let's do a live stream today. And in this live stream, what I want to do is to share some of the things that I personally enjoy in 2021. I'm going to give you a top 10 list of things. And of course, in the future, if you're watching this, I will have this and the timestamps. I'll timestamp everything in the video so I can tell you what I think was the best thing that happened this year. So, stay tuned for all those things. So, I want to talk about what were my top 10 TV shows of 2021. And I didn't watch all the TV shows. I don't have the time. I barely can watch a lot of things. There are a lot of things that I'm still watching that I personally, I'm liking, but I haven't had the opportunity to finish. So there's a lot of things there that I'm still in the process of watching. And there are a couple of shows that I didn't get the opportunity to review in the channel, but I think personally that they are very, very good. So I really want to really share that with you and really show you some of those shows. We're going to start with that. We're going to talk about the top 10 TV shows. Then we're going to move into my top 10 movies of the year. Then I want to talk about my top 10 collected editions, the hardcover collections for, omnibus collectors or for any comic book reader. Then I want to talk about my top 10 action figures of the year, which I think there were a lot of action figures. I've been already getting the bug of action figures. I'm getting back into action figures. I like that. My top 10 statues, which was it was difficult to really narrow everything, so I couldn't really narrow to top 10. I think everybody gets you to the top 10, but everybody's biased about it because ultimately there's so many statues, there's too many to count, and everybody prefers a particular franchise and all that. So what I'm going to give is my top 10 companies, how I consider from number 10 to 1, and what is the reason I think that they are the best and what they produce is the best of the best. Ultimately, just a matter of personal choice. I wanted to share my top 10 games of the year, but I got to be honest with you, I haven't played enough video games this year to say, hey, I know exactly what's going on. So that has been, I think, the situation. I really haven't played a lot of games. I don't even have the PS5. I don't have the Xbox Series X because I couldn't get them, and I'm still waiting for them. And I don't have a Switch right now, so it's like I've been playing whatever I have left on I'm still on the PS4. I'm still playing that. Still playing on PC. So I've been having fun with those games and playing on PC, actually some of the newer games, which is good. So, but I haven't really played much to say, oh, you know, these are the top 10, as I cannot really tell you if I have watched any of those things. So just to, you know, just to let you know. So let's start first with my top 10 TV shows. And I will tell you, at number 10, it's going to, I'm going to, actually I'm making here, I'm actually choosing two different series and two different networks because I think they're very comparable. And I didn't want to miss one. I think they're very comparable in quality. I didn't want to miss one for the sake of the other. I think both deserve attention. And that would be Shadow and Bone, which is in Netflix, and The Nevers, season 1 for both The Nevers on HBO Max. I like those shows. I will tell you, I really enjoy the shows. I was surprised. I was not really looking, you know, I was not really expecting much for Shadow and Bone. It was not something that I care much about, to be honest with you. Like, it was not like I was like, oh my god, I'm super impressed with it, or like I was looking forward to it, because I'm not really like I don't read the books or anything like that. So, you know, but I saw the show, I watched it, and I was impressed. I like where it was going with the magic aspect of it. I have never read the book. I don't think I'm going to read the book, but I think it was an impressive TV show. So I like it. I think Shadow Moon was good. Now, The Nevers was, you know, it has its moments. I would say the moments that I was like, okay, this is, of course, Josh Whedon is the one that directed it, and he got in trouble, you know, for situations happened this year with the woke agenda that we have nowadays. So he got in trouble. He's no longer in the project, but and he does have a little bit of that Josh Whedon feel, you know. But The Nevers wasn't a bad story. You know, these girls that gained some power in this Victorian era of London. And there's just, you know, some people might see it as a woke agenda type of show because of the girls and because of women empowered and all that kind of stuff. But I liked it. I don't know. It's just something that I kept watching, both shows. I kept watching them and I felt comfortable with them. I know some people call them boring, particularly The Nevers, but I didn't find it boring. I did enjoy the show. So to me, that's not, both of them, I would see they share number 10. I don't know if any of you have watched it. Let me know if you have watched it, if you share that with me, my opinion. So that would be. Now, number 9, I will tell you, Lupin, or Lupin. You can call it Lupin, but it's Lupin. Part 1 and part 2 on Netflix. I was impressed with the show. To be honest with you, the actor, he has charisma. Lupin was really an interesting show. And I'm looking for part 3. It was intriguing. Of course, it's a French show, so for those who know French, you will enjoy it. But even if you just read the subtitle, which I always do anyway in any type of language, because I like to watch things in the original language. I did enjoy the show. I think it's a really fascinating show. To me, that was a highlight this year. So that's number 9. I don't know if you love Lupin. Now I will take a number 8. Transformers, War for Cybertron Kingdom. I think the War for Cybertron Kingdom, to me, that was, I didn't get the chance to review Kingdom, but I did review the Earthrise and the one that was Earthrise, and what was the one before? I don't remember. The first 2 parts. And this third part, I think that was a great conclusion to the show. It's more mature. If you're into Transformers, but you like the maturity of the Transformers, to me, that was a really spectacular show. I definitely enjoyed it. I think that it was impressed. I think you know, if you're looking for like you know, in this case, Generation 1 stuff, it's not going to be that. You know, it's more mature, but it really has a heart. And definitely in the Kingdom, we get to see the characters from Beast Wars, which was an interesting development into the story, and the connection. It was good. I really enjoyed it. I think definitely enjoyed the show, and I think it was a highlight for me. You have to watch it in Netflix. Now, number 7 for me will be The Bad Batch and Star Wars on Disney Plus. I really enjoyed The Bad Batch. I know some people were critical about the show, but to me, I really like the tone, because of course this is an offshoot of the Clone Wars. But to me, it was an expansion on these characters to get to know them better and really enjoy. And what was the girl named Omega? People didn't like Omega for some reason. I like her. I didn't have a problem with that. I think the show was good. Expanding on these characters, I really enjoy it. I don't know if we're going to have a season 2, but I would love to see a season 2. I think The Bad Batch is a fantastic show. I really enjoy it. Now, number 6 in my list will be Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I will tell you that there were a couple of things, and I reviewed that in my channel. there were a couple of things that I wasn't too crazy about. But at the same time, there were good things there that were enjoyable. There was action, and definitely Anthony Mackie portraying the character, and of course, all of them they're doing good. I think it was an enjoyable show. It wasn't perfect, but it was enjoyable. More enjoyable than WandaVision for sure. So to me, that was a highlight this year. So I really enjoyed the show, even with all the shortcomings that it may have. Definitely, they did a good job with that one. Definitely was a really good show. I will tell you that number 5 on my list is Invincible, season 1. I was impressed by the show. It has a level of maturity. I'm telling you, it is mature. But I was really impressed with the show. Because of how close they are to the source material. They really respected the source material, even in the design, in the animation. The story, of course, changes a little bit. They change some things here and there just to accommodate to the woke agenda, like everything else in life. But it was good. It was good. Even all that, the last episode of the season, man, is really mind blowing. Definitely is mind blowing. So, it's not for the faint of heart. If you have a weak stomach, then don't watch it. Definitely, you're not going to like it. Now, number 4 this year to me was Loki. I really enjoyed Loki. I would say that the last episode was not my favorite. I think there was a lot of exposition in the show in that episode, but the way the character was developed, the way that you see the story, a lot of the Easter eggs that were there, to me, they were impactful. I was impacted by them, and yeah, it was good. I liked it. I don't know if some people may disagree with that point of view, but I'm telling you, it was interesting. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, that was another thing. Now, I will tell you that in that case, the next one on my list that I think was impactful. What is that? Let me looking at this stuff, making sure everything is still streaming. I know there's nobody watching yet, but we'll see. Somebody might watch at some point. Number 3, Hawkeye season 1. I really like Hawkeye. I will tell you that even though there were a couple things there that I wasn't impressed, I think Hawkeye is the best show that has been produced in Disney Plus for Marvel. I think it's better. I was impressed by it. I think there are a couple of things that it can do better. I think it needed more episodes. Just instead of 6, they could have done 8. I think that would have give us enough room to see more development in some of the characters, but there were surprises there too, to see Kingpin, for example, the big guy. I'm sorry if I'm spoiling this here if you haven't watched it. That was good. The connections that we're getting to see in the Marvel universe are fantastic. So yeah, that was I liked it. I think that was a fantastic show. I'm looking forward to that. Now, number 2 and number 1, they're kind of right now and kind of fighting it. I'm not sure who is at the top, but I will tell you that because I still haven't finished watching those shows. I'm still watching the episodes. I haven't finished them yet, but I'm enjoying it so far, and I think they're gonna be top of the line. I will tell you, Arcane, League of Legends, and The Witcher season 2, of course, on Netflix. I am telling you, I'm enjoying both. Now, Arcane is amazing. The animation is amazing. I'm telling you, I was looking forward to What If this year, but What If didn't impress me as much than the shows that I'm listing here. I wasn't as impressed with the show. In this case, the animation was amazing, but the storyline wasn't that good. But Arcane, man, is on another different level. I'm telling you, Arcane, it is a really good show, and I like it. I'm still, and I haven't finished watching it, but right now I'm thinking that it's gonna be a number 2, but it can get to number 1. Who knows? But it's there. Things change. I hope I can finish watching it today. I'm gonna be watching stuff today. But the other one that I'm watching, I'm still enjoying, is of course The Witcher. Right now it's at my number 1. I'm enjoying The Witcher. And also I read some commentaries, people saying that it has some things that people didn't like because of course it's changing some of the story lines from the books and the video games. But to me, as a story, as a standalone story, the way they're handling, I really enjoy the character. This is more, I would say, slower than season 1, but it's because we get to see more character development, and to me that's important. So far this is my favorite. Those 2 shows are my 2 top. The number 1 and 2 in my opinion, Arcane and The Witcher at the top. So these are all my shows. I'm telling you, this is, I've been still watching other stuff. Some stuff that like this year didn't make the cut. I'm still watching the Cowboy Bebop. I know it's not gonna be continued, but so far it's okay. I'm not saying that is the top of the line, but it's okay. But I'm watching other things too, and in other networks, but you know, there's so much stuff that happened. Modok, I haven't finished watching. I think I just watched this the first episode. There's so many. Hit Monkey. So I don't know, we'll see. But these are my top 10, and definitely I recommend them. If you have a top 10 list, let me know. If there's anything that you think was better than the stuff that I mentioned here, just let me know. So those are my top 10. Now I want to move into my top 10 movies of the year. And I want to say, if someone is watching this, thank you very much for watching and supporting. Again, I will have the timestamps after this video is over. You know, I will timestamp everything so that way you can access that particular part. My movies, there were a lot of movies, and I didn't watch all the movies. I'm telling you, I'm still haven't watched Kingsman that just came out, and I'm guessing because of the time of the year it's coming out, I haven't watched it. So my apologies if it's not included here. I'm looking forward to that film. Maybe next year I count it. Who knows? I don't know how the movie's going to be. And I didn't watch all the movies, but I watched some movies. And this is of course my list of the movies that I watched and what I think were the best. And I think most of them I review in my channel, which is good. I will tell you number 10, Godzilla vs. Kong. I enjoy Godzilla vs. Kong. Although I don't think it's like perfect as a film. The action, to watch everything on the big screen and to really enjoy the spectacle that it is, just the movie alone, you know, Mechagodzilla and all of that. I think it was enjoyable. It's cheesy. The storyline is cheesy, but it makes sense in the sense on the Godzilla universe. It is a really good Godzilla film, and Kong too. So it was a spectacle just to watch the whole thing. So to me, that's, you know, I think I scored number 7 for me when I review it. But I think it's great. I enjoy it. I think it's a fun movie to watch when you just want to kick back and, you know, relax a little bit. You know, that's the perfect movie to watch. It's a lot of action and a lot of, you know, craziness, and that's fun. I like those type of movies. Now, my number 9 would be Justice Society World War II. I reviewed that one. I scored 7.5 this year on that. I enjoy it. I think it's kind of like a throwback to the classic animation of DC, and it was just perfect. It's spot on in that sense. It's perfect on that. I'm saying that it's perfect as a movie, as a film, animated film, but I think it does have a lot of power, potential. Definitely was in my opinion, was fantastic. I really enjoyed the connections there and the characters, how they were presented. The animation is very, very cool. So that was my number 9 film of the year. Now, my number 8, and perhaps some people might disagree with that, but it's Black Widow. Yes, I think Black Widow, I enjoy it too. It was also 7.5 to me. I did enjoy because it is not a perfect film. And in some ways, I was disappointed with the development. I didn't like, Taskmaster. I don't think that was a good thing. But I wanted to see, I think the highlights there, of course, is to see more of the story of Natasha Romanoff. And of course, now I see Florence Pugh portraying the sister. I like her. She was, I think, a highlight, and now she's, of course, introduced. She's gonna definitely be the next Black Widow. I really enjoyed the movie for that, just for that. You know, it's enjoyable. It's not perfect. It's not a movie that you watch maybe once every couple of years, and that's about it. But it's not like a bad movie. It's not the greatest movie of the MCU for sure. Not the best this year, although I think it was superior than, to be honest, it actually was superior than The Eternals, for sure. And The Eternals had some good things, but didn't make the cut. So in this list, I'm kind of giving you a hint. But yeah, I think Black Widow was good. Now, number 7, and this was a surprise to me because it was a recommendation by a friend, and I wasn't expecting much from this one, but it's Batman, Son of the Dragon, or Sons of the Dragon. I don't remember if it was that. I enjoyed that animated film. I was impressed with it, although even though it's a Batman film, Batman is not the center. It's just everybody else. It was good. I did enjoy it. I enjoyed the feel. Maybe the animation is not as good in comparison to other animated films, but it was enjoyable. I definitely enjoyed that film, and I recommend it. I think it's one of the best animated films that we have seen this year, and definitely one of the best that DC has in a while. Now, number 6, I will say Ghostbusters Afterlife. Ghostbusters Afterlife, I really enjoy it. I rank it as a number 8 when I reviewed it. I think it's a good film. It's not perfect, but it's a great throwback, a great, I will say, a farewell to pretty much the classic characters. And Remus, you know, it was a great farewell to him too, and thank you note for what he did for the franchise. And to me, that was the best part of that. It was just that being able to see that, to me, that was good. You know, I think, you know, in some ways, I will tell you that even the Ghostbusters reboot with the girls was fine, but this one touched, you know, and I have no issues with that film. I'm telling you, I have no problem with that film. But I think this one touched in better notes, you know, at least for the fans. They had grown with this franchise. I think it was a much better film. It's not perfect. My wife didn't like it as much as the reboot, but I enjoyed it, and I think it was good. And I think they managed it well. It has the nice touch, so that was a good thing. I liked it. Now, number 5 on my list will be Zack Snyder's Justice League. I was impressed. You know, I could be on a higher note here, but of course we know that this is technically a reboot of the, well, not a reboot, I'm sorry. This is the movie redone, which if every movie could be redone, you know, then we can have masterpieces all the time. But it is good. I think this is the movie that should have been presented long time ago. If you know, if that was the case, this movie, instead of being an 8, would be a 10 when I review it. Definitely would be a 10. I'm sorry, it didn't work out so good, so they didn't do it that well. So, but it's still, you know, I will tell you, it's a number, in my book, it's still number 8. It's a great film. I did enjoy it. I even talked to, what was that, a reviewer, was that George, I forgot the name, Anthony Perez. He was here in the channel. I'm sorry if I forgot your name, Anthony, but just for a second. But we talk about it. Definitely, there was in the podcast, and definitely the film was very, very enjoyable. I think that was a great touch, and I'm glad that they produced it in the end. And I will take it number 4, Dune. I like Dune. I still remember when the first one came out. When I was a kid still. When I watched the first one, I was so impressed, and you know, a lot of people didn't like it because it took a lot of liberties from the books. It was not like in the book. This one is closer to the source material. But the great thing about this one is just the cast is amazing. It has an amazing cast. And the portrayal, in my opinion, is better. You know, the whole thing is better. And of course, this is just the first part. If it was just a whole movie, then I will definitely probably score it higher. But this is just the first part. And I didn't even get the chance to review it in the channel. But I'm telling you, to me, that was an 8 easily. 8.5. Well, I would put it as an 8. But I did enjoy it. I definitely think it's a great movie, one that you need to watch. And I find it a little bit boring, but I just enjoyed every single minute of it. I think it was a fantastic film. Now, the number 3 on my list will be James Bond, No Time to Die. I had so much fun with that film. I think it was a great film. It is a great film. And definitely it's good. Of course, the only thing that is a bummer is just the farewell of Craig as the Bond, but 007 still manages to be a fantastic film no matter what. It always does. So I did enjoy it. It was, to me, a great film. I like it more than the previous one. Not better than Skyfall for sure. But man, I think Craig goes in history as, in my opinion, and I'm telling you this, he goes in history as the best Bond of all times. Yes, I can say Sean Connery is always going to be the Bond in my mind growing up as a kid. But Craig took it, in my opinion, took that spot, and he's number 1 now. And then, of course, Connery second. Unfortunately, you know, it's just the way it is. I think Craig did a much better job portraying the character, and it felt more personal. I think we can feel the connection because also she's dealing with the times, you know, the old world with the new world. All of those things are just part of that, and I enjoyed it. Sad that, you know, the way he had to go, but it's just the way it is. You know, we'll wait for the next one, and hopefully we don't know. Maybe the next one can top it. I doubt it. I think Craig really kind of stamp his name on it for eternity. It's just the way I see it. You never know. Now, number 2 this year for me of the films that I really enjoy was Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. I really enjoyed the film. I came to the theater when I watched this film with low expectations. I wasn't expecting much of the film. I was thinking, it's not gonna be that great. But man, I was blown away. You know, and I was impacted by it. I think it's a fantastic film. And here in the house, you know, my wife likes to watch this type of films. You know, my nephew likes to watch a lot of the films here in the house with us. We've been watching that film several times since. It is that good. It is that good, you know. And to be honest, you know, some people might say it's cheesy because of this, because it has the MCU type of comedy and all that, but I think they balance it well. It has a family message. It has everything. It's just a perfect package. It is a good movie. and I was impressed with it. So yeah, to me, it's a recommendation. Number 2 easily this year. Now, number 1, and definitely this is an easy one. You know, it's Spider-Man No Way Home. This film was the perfect 10. It's the only 10 that I gave this year for movies. The only 10. This movie really blew me away in the sense that I wasn't expecting much either. I was thinking, it's gonna just, because to be honest, Tom Holland is great. He's a great actor, but I've never been impressed with his portrayal as Spider-Man. I like what he does, but he has never been as impressive to me as a Spider-Man. In this film, he takes that. You know, not only that, because in this film we see the other Spider-Man too, and it's just an amazing whole package. The whole thing, it's just an impressive film from beginning to end. It is perfect. You know, yes, you know, when I'm saying perfect, you know, you can nitpick and find imperfections and this that can be improved and all of that, but in the end, the overall experience and what you take away from the film, you know, I was entertained from beginning to end. I'm telling you, I didn't even go to the bathroom, and I normally go to the bathroom when I'm in the movie theater. I have to go. If I drink a lot of stuff, I have to go. I didn't. I just couldn't go because I needed to watch every single part. It was good. So plain, it's just plain and simple. The best film of 2021 in my opinion. Of course, some people will say that this film or that film and that I'm missing this or I'm missing that. Yes, you know, we can talk about it, but I'm talking about the stuff that I watch. I'm talking about the stuff that I really care about, and believe me, that was on my top 10. So yeah, those were my top 10 films, and I'm sticking with it, you know, I'm sticking with it. But yeah, you know, we're moving on, you know, because time is precious, and I know it's the end of the year for many of you. And again, if you're watching this right now, you're starting connecting to this, I want to say Happy New Year. I know we are at the end of the year. Where I'm at, still early. It's still, you know, what time it is here is it's 10:32 a.m. But I know some of you, perhaps you're on the other side of the world, and you perhaps you're already in 2022. So Happy New Year to all of you, and those who are waiting like me, you know, let's enjoy the time. Let's kill some time. But thank you all of you for watching. Now, I want to move on to something else that I really want to share, which is my top 10 collected editions. For those who are omnibus collectors, for those who are, you know, comics collectors, they love comics, I'm going to share to you what I consider my top 10. Now, from this list, I have them here, so I'm going to share them with you. I don't have them all. Some of them are in order, so I'm waiting for them to arrive. But they are, in my opinion, the best of the best that happened in 2022. So I will tell you this, my first choice, number 10 for me, which I was impressed. I wasn't even expecting it, but I've been impressed with it. And it is the Thunderbolts Omnibus Volume 1. I am impressed with this one, and believe me, I'm telling you, I'm not really, I didn't grow up reading, I didn't grow up in this time because I'm older. So when they came out back in the late 90s, I was not reading comics during that time in the late 90s. I was somewhere else. I was doing other things. I was not into comics. I left comics in the mid 90s, 1996, somewhere in there, and I didn't came back to do anything else. So when this came out, I wasn't reading it, so I wasn't impressed. And I heard things about it. I read it over time, over the years. I was okay with it. But now that I have the omnibus and I've been reading it, I've been reading some of the collections, kind of getting into it. I'm really loving it. Of course, you know, I think Busiek is a great writer. He's a, you know, and everything it's here is contained, is pretty much him. And then Bagley. I think Bagley, of course, his art has always been fantastic. Looking forward to the Ultimate Spider-Man Omnibus reprint that is coming out early next year, which means next week. Definitely getting that one. And I'm definitely, next year, my plan is next year to go back into omnibuses and to start reviewing books again. That's the plan. Hopefully, God gives us energy or power to do it. Who knows? You know, we'll see. But man, I'm telling you, I was surprised. I will say, like, oh my God, like, oh, this is it, you know? But in the end, I think it developed into something really good. So it's good. So I recommend that one. That was a number 10. Now, my number 9. I will tell you, my number 9 will be this. The Peter David Omnibus Collection. And I'm talking about in the Hulk, the Incredible Hulk. This is Volume 3, and this is Gary Frank's art. Love this one. But not only that one. I love the fact that they also printed, or we get an X Factor. I will tell you, I love that now. There was a time I mentioned that I think when I did my top 10 or wasn't anticipated, or what I would love to have, you know, writers and stuff that they needed to get omnibuses. I was always saying Peter David needs that. Well, now we're getting more Peter David stuff, and I'm looking forward to more of that because Peter David is a fantastic writer. And the X Factor is great. Some of the stuff it's here is also contained here in the other omnibus and in the Volume 2, which I also have. And Volume 1, which I don't have, but I'm waiting. I already pre-order, and it's coming I think next month. So that is coming for sure. So I'm gonna have the 3 volumes. But I have volume 2, volume 3. But man, I love this one. Gary Frank, phenomenal. I'm telling you, after Dale Keown, I think Gary was a really amazing continuation. Most people think about Dale Keown. They don't think about Gary Frank as, sometimes they don't even think about it. Sometimes they even think about Gary Frank when they're looking, they think about Dale Keown when they're looking at Gary Frank's art. Sometimes, I see that confusion. It is not the case. They're 2 different artists, but they're very good. And I think Gary Frank is as good as Dale Keown in so many ways. So yeah, I would say that that's my number 9 on my list. Putting those aside for now. There's heavy, man. I'm telling you, I have to go downstairs to grab all my stuff from my bookcases, and I was like, man, this is heavy. Going to the stairs, like trying to get all this stuff. So that's my number 9. Now I'm gonna tell you my number 8, and I don't have it right now here with me, but I ordered it. It's the Middle West, The Complete Tale. I think it's a fantastic. Scotty Young, Corona's art is amazing. I have it, of course, in digital, so I read it digitally. But I said, you know what? Let me order that before it sells out, because of course things from Image Comics. I'm telling you, Image Comics, when something comes out, it sells, and you don't get a reprint. It takes forever. Sometimes it doesn't even happen. So I would say go for it. I think Middle West is one of the best collections. Fantastic story, fantastic art. Don't have it with me, unfortunately, but it's coming, and I will review it when the time comes. I will take you number 7 too. I'm also waiting. I also ordered those. We have the Frank Miller Sin City, and this is of course from Dark Horse Comics, Volume 1 and 2. Because there's gonna be the 7 volumes, but they already got Volume 1, The Hard Goodbye, and then the second one, and A Dame to Kill. That is, I already have those in order at the deluxe versions. I think they're fantastic, better than the Big Damn Sin City, because of course now that one has the new ones come with the matte paper, which is better in my opinion than the flashy paper that we get with those. But I'm telling you, it's a fantastic collection, and you should jump on them. They're not cheap, but they're great, and I'm telling you, I'm looking forward to it. Once I get them here, I'll review them. You can always follow me on Instagram. I post a lot of the stuff that comes in. I have a lot of stuff that I haven't posted on Instagram because sometimes I don't have the time. But I post all my my books that come to me, and I will start posting more stuff because I definitely need to start doing that. So that would be something else. Now, number 6 on this list would be The Fourth World by Jack Kirby, which is the reprint, but I'm glad that it was reprinted. And that one I have an order, and I need to order now. And probably after this, I will do it because before it sells out. And also The Fourth World by John Byrne. I will tell you that in my opinion, there were some of the best things of this year. The Fourth World, so it's gonna be good. I think just John Byrne too. We got the Generations with Batman and Superman. Also he did. I think it's great. I think John Byrne is fantastic, and I don't know why DC hasn't decided just to do the omnibus with all the Man of Steel stuff instead of just doing the deluxe books. But it is what it is for the time being. I know that they're gonna get to the omnibus at some point. It's just a matter of time. Now another one that I don't have here and I need to get is the official, that will be number 5 on my list, the official handbook of the Marvel Universe and the DC Who's Who. I think those two are comparable. Of course, the handbook, it's amazing the way they did it. I saw the review with Omar, and I haven't ordered because, I've been ordering other stuff. It's like, okay, I have to kind of pick and choose, but still, I think it's one of the best collections of this year. And it's not a cheap one, but I'm telling you, it's great, still on sale. It's a fantastic collection. If you want to know everything, all the characters and the story, just for reference, it's amazing. And the Who's Who definitely is also great, amazing. There's a volume 2 coming soon. I think that's a good thing. So those, I think, in my opinion, they're number 5 releases of this year. Now, number 4, and now I have. Number 4, Star Wars Legends of the Old Republic Omnibus Volume 1. I'm so happy that this came out. I'm a big fan of Star Wars. If you follow my channel, you know that this video where I do my top 10, I think my top 10 stories from Dark Horse Comics for Star Wars. This is one of them. And I'm telling you, I'm impressed. I'm happy that the Marvel is doing this. This is a fantastic story. You cannot miss. I'm so impressed that they did it. And definitely the omnibus quality is there. I like it. This is a fantastic story. To me, this is number 4. I'm super impressed that it came out. Looking forward to more of that stuff, coming. Other stuff from that era, because they did an amazing job. I'm telling you, don't miss on the Marvel Legends stuff. No, Marvel Legends. The Star Wars Legends. Don't miss on that. Amazing stuff. amazing stuff that was done under Dark Horse Comics that now is being reprinted, where there's epic collections and all of that. It's just amazing stories. Really very. I haven't really dived deep into the new stuff that they're producing now, but I can dare to say that besides some, like, you know, some things here and there, for the most part, I prefer what Dark Horse Comics did. It's just the way it is. Maybe I'm just biased, but there are a couple of things like Afra that is good, and other things are there in the new that Marvel is doing. But I'm still looking at the old stuff. You know, there's so much to go. You can go deep into it and read their stuff for years and still be impressed with it. So yeah, that's another thing. Now, the number three on my list of the stuff that I really enjoy, the collections of this year, I will tell you, and these are reprints, but I was so happy, is the Captain America by Ed Brubaker. I'm happy that it got reprinted. I got, of course, this one, which in my opinion is the best. I have the continuation, The Death of Captain America, and also I think it's coming this week, the Captain America Lives. So that will be the next one. They reprinted the whole thing, and I love that the news reprints, they have this, you know, the books are smaller, you know, thinner. I like that. I think they're more manageable, not as heavy. I'm so glad. This is a fantastic collection. A recommendation for me. Ed Brubaker is fantastic. So to me, that was a great addition this year to my collection. So I'm glad that it came out. Now, number two. This is one that I was impressed with it. It is the Wolverine Omnibus. And I'm talking about Volume 2 and also Volume 1. I need to review these books. I'll review. This was a pain to get. I'm telling you, it was a pain. I ordered the regular because I wanted just the regular cover, the Frank Miller's cover. For some reason or other, it was every time I was ordering, it got discontinued or something, or was hold on, and they cancel or this, that. Ultimately, I contact someone and says, I need this. What did you have? And I said, well, we have this left. Do you want it? She said, yeah, I'll take it. I don't remember who was I think that was Cheap Graphic Novels. It took forever for them to answer, but they answer. And they give me what they have. And then the next day they send an email saying, well, we're not going to get any more of the other one. So I made the decision to order the stuff on time. So I'm glad, you know, I like it. I'm glad this is something that I wanted for years. And finally I have. So I'm glad that it finally happened. And of course, Volume 2, you know, I still was debating which was the best cover, because hello, can you hear me now? Oh, I think I was so excited that I think unplugged the whole thing. Let me make sure that the audio. All right, can you hear me? Let me look at this. Okay. All right. So oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, my friends. Thank you very much for letting me know. I got so excited that I didn't even get the chance to say much. So my apologies. I pulled this out and I don't know how long we've been having this issue. Okay. Okay. All right. So again, if I missed this one, this is my #1 book of the year. This is my #1. I was looking forward to it, and I'm glad that it came. Definitely, it went through a battle to try to get it. It was canceled a couple times, 3 times. The third time it was damaged, but the fourth time was the winner. So I'm so glad that it happened. So let me just turn this off. Oh, thank you, Charles. Only for a minute. My apologies. I think it's just I pulled this thing. I gotta kind of be more careful with the whole thing. But yeah, those are my top 10. My top 10 books of the year. And definitely, you know, other people may have others. And I don't know. You can tell me, share with me what you consider was the best of the best. But yeah, I think that was one thing that I can say that was the collections this year were amazing. I will tell you one thing that I can say about 2021. It was amazing. There's so many omnibuses that came out this year, so many. And to be honest with you, if I had all the money in the world, I'd be buying a lot of stuff. But I do have a lot of hobbies and pastimes, so technically the money goes there. There's just like, okay, I cannot concentrate on one thing. I have to concentrate on many things. Maybe I need to concentrate on one thing. But there were so many books this year. It was unreal. This year has been crazy with omnibuses and hardcover collections. Even though the pandemic hasn't slowed down a bit, you know, people still buying, people still, you know, purchasing, and companies still bringing stuff. And next year it's not gonna slow down at all. You know, there's so much stuff. I have to make a schedule. I already have a schedule of how I gonna put the stuff, because I also have like pre-orders with statues and action figures, and you know, it's like, okay, you know, I wish I have all the money in the world, but I don't. And so in some ways you have to be picky and choosy. I still have I have my wish list of stuff, and whether it's in cheap graphic novels, I have a wish list also on stock trades, I'm sorry, and also organic prize books. So my stuff that, you know, like once, you know, like I put there on the wish list for a while, it stays there, you know, and then I start buying depending on when I get the chance and say, oh, let me just grab this one too. So that's what we're doing. Oh, you're excited for Jason Aaron's tour omnibus? Okay, yeah, that's too. You know, there's some. I'm telling you, it's like what it really amazes me, Charles. What I'm really amazed right now is that Marvel is getting so bold, and they're doing not only reprints, not only the stuff, it's like stuff that most people don't even care, or people that most people don't even know. They're producing stuff for everyone, and these collections are just amazing. And in my end, you know, I don't really read a lot of the stuff, a lot of the newer stuff. I still read it, not as much. I'm not as fixated on it, but I like to read it. The ultimate stuff that is coming too. I'm really looking forward to that. But there's so much stuff that is coming, whether it's from the Bronze Age, whether it's from the Modern Age, whether it's just more recent, Marvel now, all of that stuff is just amazing. I think the Marvel is doing amazing. DC is the one that has been dropping the ball for sure this year. They dropped the ball so many. There were a couple releases. Of course, we got the Greg Capullo Batman Volume 2 just came out recently. There's other stuff that has come out from DC. But for the most part, you know, they haven't done as much as Marvel. Marvel is just killing it, you know, left and right. It's killing it. And also, you know, we get to see what Dark Horse is doing, amazing collections. IDW is doing it. But for the most part, some companies have struggled. Dynamite has struggled this year for sure. I was disappointed with IDW when they closed the app and all that, but they restarted the app again, all of that. I don't know, I'm amazed and definitely looking forward to the stuff. And January is going to be have a lot of prayers for January, a lot of books, so it's going to be okay. I don't know how we're going to make it, you know, with all of that, all the expenses that we got to go through. But that would be my top 10 right there. You know, I stick with that. It's just my stuff, the stuff that I care about, and some of the stuff I don't have, but it's coming. At some point, it's coming. Now, I want to move into action figures. This year has been really good for me because I really rekindled my passion for action figures. I've been looking at action figures a lot. And I wanted to kind of come to the stuff that the top 10. It was hard, man, because I really not really like heavy action figure collector, I've seen so many videos. Yesterday I was watching videos of people kind of pointing their stuff, the stuff that they care about. And there was a lot of amazing stuff there. I'm telling you, there was a lot of amazing stuff. And I'm still, I don't consider myself a big action figure collector, but I really enjoyed, the stuff. So I will tell you, and I'm going to, in this top 10 list, it's going to be more generic. I'm not going to just point one single figure because that would be a disservice. I'm going to point out the companies and what they're doing. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to choose the companies and what I consider this company is doing amazing stuff. Now, number 10 on my list, I am really glad right now the companies are doing reissues of a lot of classic figures. I'm super glad. You talking about, for example, Masters of the Universe. I have this. Of course, this is from 2020. This is the ones I have. I just found it here. But there's stuff from 2021 that is still coming out. Some of the more reissues from this. I think they reissued the face. I need to get that one. Also, Skeletor, they reissued the face. And they also have other figures. But they still producing them. That you can find them everywhere. To me, I'm so glad that they're bringing those. I'm going to throw that in there just to keep some space. But yeah, it's I'm so glad. But not only that, this year and the number 10 reissue stuff, the Ghostbusters Ecto one, to me that was like, my gosh. And when it came out, I didn't buy it. It was on the second shipment because when people pre-ordered, I didn't get the pre-order. So when it was then available at Walmart, I went straight to Walmart, buy it right away. I'm so glad. I should have bought two, but I got me only one. Love this one. I haven't even opened the box. I still gotta open the box, and I probably are gonna review it at some point. I like this. To me, it's like brings so many memories of growing up with this toy. Like, I'm so glad that they did this one. This is one that I'm really impressed. Now, I'm telling you another thing that I'm impressed of all these reissues that they've been doing is this one right here. The Playmates, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Party Wagon. This is one. I'm telling you that I still need to open it. And I saw that now Christmas, it was available everywhere. I got it it was November when I got it. But I think throughout, I've seen so many, probably already sold out. There were so many. I'm so glad. Of course, Super 7 is bringing the new one that is like $500. But I'm telling you, just for the figures, and I have the figures to go with it, just for if you want just some classic, like display with the classic toys, I'm glad. And love the packaging. I think it's super cool that they're doing the throwback packaging. All of that, that's good. So to me that was amazing, but you saw that, of course, the Kenner Classics, the Playmates, the Motu, the Masters of the Universe stuff. I'm glad. I think that it's nice to see that the companies are reissuing things. That you also see the G.I. Joe stuff that is being reissued. It's good. I think it's a great time to see reissue stuff. You don't have to go now again into the aftermarket, pay crazy prices for original stuff, or you can go some like the scavenge hunt here and there, but it's good. I like that. I like the original packaging, or in this case, a copy of the original packaging. It's amazing. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think this year was amazing because of it, for all those things. So that would be a number 10. All of them together, to me, that take a spot. So that's number 10. Now I will tell you number 9. I was really impressed this year, and I don't have any because I haven't in storage, but I have the Hasbro Marvel Legends. I think Hasbro Marvel Legends did amazing this year. Also, they did with the Black Series for Star Wars. Impressive figures today. Some of them I need to start reviewing. They're still in packages. Some figures were amazing. Of course, Marvel Legends always has so many figures, but there were some that were impressive more than others. And one thing that I will tell you that Hasbro has done that I'm impressed is they did this Marvel Legends with the Kenner, the Marvel Comics Presents, the little figures. I'm so impressed with them. I have a bunch of them. I just have this one because I found it here now. But the little ones, I just like the packagings of those things. It's just amazing. And they have so many this year, so many characters with the classic packaging. It's just super cool. I love this one, and I love that. So I think Marvel Legends Hasbro continues to do amazing stuff with their Star Wars, with the Black Series, and definitely with Marvel Legends. And it's impressive. Now I would say number 8, I don't have any of that, but I've been looking at the figures, and I'm probably gonna get some of them. You're looking at the SHR Figure Arts, the Dragon Ball collection. I'm blown away. I've seen a few reviews, and I'm thinking that I'm gonna start getting some of them. It's just amazing. I think these small figures, are really looking super cool. It was an impressive year. I think I've seen so many figures that came out this year, and they're just impressive. I think they're better than they used to be. I think in this case, they're improving. The Machinations, Bandai, they're improving the quality of the, everything. But they have so much articulation, which is good. and that's great in my opinion. Now, another thing that is impressive this year, in my opinion, was McFarlane Toys. McFarlane Toys, the Spawn figures, amazing. That was amazing this year. We also have the DC Multiverse, a lot of amazing figures too. Some of them are okay. I want to say that I was blown away by everything, but there were a lot of great things that happened this year. And there was one thing, a collection that not only the stuff that they did for Spawn, which is amazing to see the new figures like the Violator, the Spawn, you know, each one of those characters that we produced years ago now reproduced in modern times. They look amazing. The Spawn figures looking amazing, I'm telling you. The DC figures, not all, but a lot of them looking amazing. And one thing that I was impressed with McFarlane Toys, and I did a review, and I haven't really posted, but I need to post it, is the Avatar figures. And you know what? I'm not really like, I love Avatar. I kind of like the show. It's fun. And these are small figures, but man, I'm thinking, this is heavy. This is heavy. And I'm going to have a review of that. I'm telling you, I'm getting into action figures a lot. I love these figures. I don't know. It's just amazing. The quality that they're producing now for this is so tiny. They're tiny figures, but this whole series is great. And I already, again, I'm going to have in a couple of days, you'll have a review of the whole series. They're very inexpensive. I think this was only $20, man. But man, this is the best Oppa you're ever going to find. Look at that figure. It's just amazing. The whole thing. It is heavy too. And this figure, only $10. I'm just impressed. This is what McFarlane Toys, this is the reason McFarlane Toys is doing amazing. I'm telling you, it's because they're not only producing fantastic figures, it's just the price point is perfect for almost everything across the board. So yeah, I will tell you, I was super impressed with them. Now, number 4 this year, I'm impressed with NECA. NECA did an amazing stuff. They did, of course, the Defenders of the Earth, which I think is great. The Ming, the Merciless, I think is the best on the line. Also, you have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which I have a few there in boxes. Amazing. They did amazing stuff. But I think the most impressive figure this year for me, for NECA, definitely was, of course, Goliath. Goliath's good. I took the wings now because they're super big, and just for, they're really too big. But man, look at this. Goliath is just an amazing figure. I reviewed this on the channel. It is an amazing figure. Really well done. The only thing that can top this is to have, of course, a statue. That can top it. And some people were saying having a 1/6 scale figure would be awesome. I definitely agree. This is an amazing figure. Really impressed with this one. This was one of the best figures of the year, in my opinion. It's just super impressive. I'm impressed with this figure. I think they did a fantastic job with that one. But now, number 3 on my list, I will say Mezco 112. Mezco, you know, I haven't really been collecting Mezco in a while, but the 112 continues to grow. And also got the Rumble, what is that, Society, that's the stuff, their own line that they produce, that they design. I think they're great. I think they're fantastic. So I'm impressed with Mezco, even though it kind of slowed down a little bit. I think one of the best things that Mezco did, of course, also they did the deluxe Popeye set, which in my opinion was amazing too. I think it's amazing. But I think one of which just came out, and I saw a video last night, I think just came out, and it looks fantastic. Very tiny figures, but they all, if you're into Popeye, definitely you're gonna like that one. But I think the most impressive figure of Mezco produced this year, that would be the Conan. That now, if you want to find that Conan 112, you're gonna pay like $200, $300 on the aftermarket. It's sold out. Really amazing. It took forever to come out, but I know that in the end, people are satisfied, happy that he came out, and he came out as great as he came out. He came out with all the accessories. Everything is perfect. Definitely, it's a great figure. So Mezco definitely, in my opinion, did a fantastic job in the end, and they have done other figures, whether it's on the Mezco 112, whether it's on the Marvel stuff, the DC stuff, and I think they're all been impressive, fantastic figures. Now, number 2. And this one is one that I'm going to give to 2 companies that I don't have here, but I'm thinking I'm probably going to get this one. Gambit, the Sideshow Gambit 1/6. But I'm going to compare that one also with the Medicom, the Mafex Gambit, the tiny figure. That Mafex Gambit, it's just amazing. I'm telling you, too bad I didn't order when I got the chance. I've seen now it's going in crazy prices, $300 or something like that or more. People are asking a lot of money for that figure. It's amazing. It's a miniature version of that Gambit. You know, I think in many ways it's even superior to the Sideshow. But the Sideshow's a 1/6. Definitely gonna add it to my collection because I'm getting into a lot of the 1/6 scale figures, action figures right now. So it's good. I'm telling you, it's good. And there's of course the upcoming So toys that is going to be, in my opinion, better. than the 2, the Mayfix 2, and better of course with the 1/6 sideshow. Fantastic. I think for some reason Gambit is getting the love, and it's getting a lot of love, which is always good. Now I will tell you that my number one thing this year, and I'm gonna give it this to Hot Toys. Hot Toys. Wait a minute. I forgot one thing. I missed one in my list. Number 6. I just looking at this stuff down here. I forgot. Number 6. I'm telling you, and I missed it. My apologies. Yes, this is one of my favorite figures. This Transformers Hasbro, what Hasbro is doing right now, it's amazing. I love this figure. It has even, that it's a tiny figure, but there's even articulation in the fingers. This is a fantastic looking figure. I love this figure. And of course I reviewed it in the channel, but I have so many Transformers. I'm telling you, this year Transformers was amazing. Hasbro did amazing with the Transformers stuff. The Studio Series, amazing. I have so many of this still package. I'm just showing this one because it's the one I was able to grab, but I have others, others like Grimlock. I have all of them, the smaller figures. I have a lot of them. Amazing, and I'm looking forward to open this one here with you in the channel to review it. But also, not only that, we also have the War for Arbiter, the Kingdom collection, and they're going into that. It's the Ultra Magnus, and I have also more of this amazing collection. I'm telling you, right now, it's I don't know. Transformers is doing amazing. I skipped a number 6. That was number 6 in my list, so I'm sorry. It was below Super 7. I also missed number 5, which is Super 7. Super 7 is did amazing too. I'm sorry. This is, I'm not scripting this, so it's all over the place. So I'm telling you, number 5 was Super 7 Ultimates. I think Super 7 is doing amazing. The stuff that came out, I ordered some stuff that's coming for the in this case for the for the Thundercats. Amazing stuff, but also they did the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff. I was not at the beginning crazy about it, but the more I've seen the reviews, the more stuff that they're doing with the Ultimates, I'm impressed. I think they're going in the right direction. The stuff also with the Masters of the Universe, so it's amazing. I think Super 7 maintains, and of course stuff on pre-order that we getting to see. But I think they're doing fantastic with all of that. Now going to number 1. Sorry that I skipped that. Again, the number 1, the number 10. Just to kind of recap all of this, will be the Hasbro, right? All the stuff that has been done for Mattel, Hasbro, Playmates, all the reissue stuff from the classic stuff. Number 9, we have Marvel Legends and Star Wars Black Series. Number 8, SH Figure Arts, the Dragon Ball Collection. Number 7, McFarlane Toys with the Spawn figures, the DC Multiverse, the Avatar figures. Number 6, I will say Hasbro with the Transformers stuff, whether it's War for Cybertron, Kingdom Collection, or whether it's the Studio Series. Amazing stuff they're producing there. Number 5 will be Super 7 Ultimates, whether it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Thundercats, the Masters of the Universe, also Transformers stuff. Now, number 4, I'd say it was NECA, the Gargoyles Goliath. That was one of my favorite figures of the year. But also the Defenders of the Earth, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and everything else they're doing also for Back to the Future. Then when you're looking at number 3, that was Mezco 112. I think Mezco has been had an amazing year too. The Rumble Society, amazing looking figures. Also the deluxe Popeye set, but the Conan 112, which is amazing. Number 2, I combined 2 figures here, but I'm combining Sideshow with the Gambit 1/6 and the Medicom Mayfix Gambit, which in my opinion, that particular Mayfix, I think is the best Gambit ever. The best so far. It is the best, and it's that small, and it's still the best. And now we'll tell number 1 will be Hot Toys. And I think my favorite Hot Toy was Captain America Endgame that I ordered, hasn't arrived. But I will tell you, I was kind of debating because I wanted something Christmas time. And this one didn't come out. Came out last year, in November, December. But my wife gave me this for Christmas, which is the Mandalorian and the Child, the deluxe version. I'm going to review that. I've never reviewed Hot Toys in the channel. And I used to collect years ago. I have a few. When I was actually collecting 1/4, I was also, at the same time I was collecting this. But I was never really big on it. But I'm telling you, I'm impressed with what they're doing now. So this is, to me, one of the best of the year because it just came. But it came out last year. But I'm so impressed, and I'm looking forward to the newer version that has, in this case, the Pedro Pascal face, and he has everything is, of course, plated, die-cast plated or something like that. Looking forward to that. But I will review this one. This was impressive to me. and I really love this one. But Captain America is coming, so I'll have that one too. And also they have the Heavy Mandalorian. You know, I normally pay attention to the stuff that they do, but unfortunately I don't get to review a lot of it. But for some reason, I've been getting the bulk of action figures lately. You know, I think it's perhaps because a lot of the statues are getting too expensive, and trying to find alternatives to do stuff. You know, I'm still on the 1/6 scale statues. I think I still with that. I'm kind of eyeballing some of the 110, but the 1/6 is where I'm at. But also the action figures. I'm definitely looking forward to the smaller stuff, but also some of the, you know, the 1/6 stuff by Hot Toys and other companies. I'm really looking forward. I think this year you're gonna see more of that in the channel. So stay tuned for that. I will have more of that to showcase. So this has been definitely a fantastic year. Definitely Hot Toys. And you know, when people say, well, you comparing, you know, high-end action figures with more on the lower end, yes, but at the end of the day, I think these companies, they're still action figures regardless of the scale. It's like in the same with statues, regardless of the scale, you're still talking about statues, and you know, it's all the same thing. So yeah, that's been to me the thing of this year. So I'm impressed. You know, I'm really impressed to what we got this year. All right, now guys, now let's get into statues. Statues has been a fantastic year. I know some of you come to the channel because you like when I talk about statues. So we're going to talk about the stuff that this year, in my opinion, was the most impressive. Now, I haven't reviewed many statues this year. I have reacted to many stuff this year and last year, which in some ways is kind of like preview of this stuff. And many of you follow me because of the previews, and thank you for that. If I have all the money in the world, I'd be able to review every statue here. I will have it here every day and I'll be reviewing it for you. But I don't have that. I have to go to work and I don't have the means for all of that. At the same time, when I've seen that right now, many videos about my top 10, a lot of people talking about their top 10 stuff. But for the most part, it's just like the sad part about it is that they, you know, for the most part, when they talk about the top 10 statues, they talk about based on their opinion, based on the stuff that they see, they own, which is always limited, because the truth of the matter is that if you only concentrate on one particular company or one particular collection, that all you're gonna see is just Marvel stuff or DC stuff. So it's hard to really tell, because the variety of statues and franchises is so wide. There's so many companies. So to be honest, I wanted to do a top 10 list, but I said, you know, in doing that, I'm gonna just showcase my bias. So I'm gonna just, instead of just choosing top 10 statues, I'm gonna present to you my top 10 companies, and I, you know, from number 10 to number 1, which one is the best, and based on some factors, what I consider are the reasons why this company deserves, you know, to be number 1 in comparison to others. So I will tell you the number 10 this year for me was Korobukiya. Korobukiya was number 10 for me. Why? Because I think Korobukiya is making a comeback. I think Korobukiya, I never thought I'd be spending $600 plus on statues. I mean, either. I'm telling you, and I'm considering now, there's a couple of statues that I'm already considering that I already on pre-order to, that they're above that. So it's amazing. I think the most I spend back in the day was $500. Well, I actually spend more sometimes, but for an 1/6. But now 1/6 is even getting to the $1,000 mark, which is amazing. But I will tell you that my number 10 company this year was Korobukiya. First, if you know this, I reviewed this recently, this Batman statue. Now, I reviewed the black version like 8 years ago, 9 years ago. It's been a while. That video has been one of my best videos ever. But it was the black version. I'm glad that they did this one, because this is closer to the source material. From all the Batmans that they did, all the reissues that they did, finally they were able, after all this year, after 10 years of reissues, they're finally able to get the color right. And the only thing that I would say that they could have improved was the color, the skin color, the skin tone to be more, instead of as dark as it is, a little lighter. But I'm telling you, this is the best version ever of this. So I'm so glad that they did it. I'm glad that I have it. I highly recommend it. So I'm super stoked that they continue with that. Also, you know what's a Thomas Wayne? I haven't ordered that one. I'm gonna order that one. I think it's a fantastic. So I'm so glad that they are reproducing these statues again. But also, you know, you saw me reviewing. This year we have Captain America. The only thing that I'm not happy with that is just the shield and the way the shield is connected there. That's the only thing. But the statue itself, the statue is amazing. The concept is amazing. They could have just presented this concept in a different way, the delivery of the concept. But it's amazing. The quality, it surpasses everything they did before. And also review the Cyclops, amazing. Yeah, the base is too huge, and maybe there's some leaning. Maybe they will have some leaning. So far, we haven't had that problem. I haven't seen that problem. they're better. The quality is better, and I'm telling you, in my opinion, they have improved the quality to a point, to a place where I'm excited for it. I like that. I do like that. I do like that they're doing this. The companies are doing that. In this case, Kotobukiya is improving the quality. So it's that. But when you look about it, not only you look at all the stuff that they have produced throughout the year, where there's the Artifacts Plus, the Artifacts J, the Bishoyo line, they still continue. They continue to produce stuff, whether it's for Star Wars, whether it's for Marvel, DC, for their own lines, for anything, for Capcom, for anything else. And to me, it's impressive. Also, in the Fine Art statue, we also have, Carnage that I don't have, but I've seen so many good reviews. People loving that Carnage. And we got the good news of what's coming next year. So I think Kotobukiya this year managed, even after all the fumbling they did for many years, they managed to put themselves in a better position for the future. Now we have the news. We got a lot of work in progress from the Kucharik brothers that they're coming, and we're gonna see more stuff next year. A lot of great stuff that I talk about this year that is coming. Like we have a Thor that was supposed to come out this year. I think already come out in Japan, but I'm gonna review when I get it. Also, Iron Man. We have the Magneto. There were some insight that we would get at some point. Some Gambit. Looking forward to get revealed some of that. I don't know. It's just, of course, we have the Cable and the new Deadpool by the Kucharik brothers. So there's a lot of things there that are impressive, and I'm looking forward to see more of that from the Kotobukiya. So to me, that was number 10 this year. Now, number 9 this year for me, the company that took the cake for me on that will be PCS Collectibles. PCS. I think PCS had a fantastic year. Yes, there were a lot of slowdowns too. A lot of things, like for example with the Transformers stuff, the little stuff that I have I haven't reviewed the Optimus Prime. And I want to review at some point, but that line pretty much is dead now, which is sad. But the other things that kind of dead, and they were a bit slow because of COVID. But whatever they released was of great quality. Particularly, I will tell you the Gamerverse Venom that came out this year and the Venom Pool. Those were, I'm not really a Venom Pool person, but I was impressed. I'm impressed by the quality of the statues. Those statues were amazing. Believe me, they were amazing, and I think they did a good job with them. So I think they put PCS pretty much in this list, just two alone. But you also got Street Fighter, the Kami 1/3 that came out, fantastic. Again, they continue with the Street Fighter stuff. They haven't stopped. You also got the Chun-Li that came out, different versions. I think the best one in my opinion was the Chun-Li as Morrigan. The 2-player 1 and player 2. I think they were fantastic. I think they're fantastic. The whole depiction, the art, the quality of the art. I think PCS, just for those statues and the quality that they had with those statues, to me that they deliver on the promise. So to me that was a great thing for PCS. Do you think shipping costs will affect or slow down with statue collecting? I think so. We're going to see a slowdown because the prices continues to skyrocket and it's really high. I do work in an industry where we do a lot of shipping internationally. Because we import a lot of materials from in this case from Europe and also from Brazil, but also we get imports from Asia. And believe me, right now the prices are stratospheric. They're crazy high, and I do believe that we're gonna see more of that. Hopefully things change, but that is going to be reflected. It's already reflected in the cost of the materials, but also it's going to be reflected on pretty much on the shipping part. All of that is going to be, and we're going to see more of that. It's going to come to a place where you're going to pay more for shipping than you pay for for in this case for the materials, or in this case for the stuff that you're buying for the collectible, which is interesting because that was back in the day. I remember back in the day, if you wanted to import stuff, it would cost you more for shipping, and that was over 10 years ago. That was back then, to import anything would cost you a lot of money. But I think in the last decade, the shipping kind of went down in price internationally. So companies were able to sell stuff. They were having connections. They were able to import stuff from one place to the other. But now we're going back to that. Like now everything is costly, so it's a different world we're living in for sure. So yeah, I think that's going to affect the way people are collecting because now you have to be more picky about what you're collecting. I will tell you now. Let's move into the next thing. Number 8 on my list, Sume Art. Sume Art was amazing. Sume Art did amazing this year. They did a lot of stuff. Everything that they do. This year I saw some stuff from Ranma, One Piece, One Punch Man, Naruto Shippuden, Senseiya, Sailor Moon, Berserk, My Hero Academia, Dragon Ball, Fairy Tail. All these lines, they release so much stuff. The only reason why this company is not on the top of my list, close to the top of my list, It's because a lot of people don't collect a lot of the anime stuff. But when it comes about the anime stuff, they're the kings of the hill. Just bottom line, they're kings of the hill. And this year was no exception. The art that they portrayed, the stuff that they came out with, was amazing. Amazing overall. So I think Sumi Art continues to impress. The 1/4 stuff they do for Saint Seiya, man, I'm telling you, Athena, that thing is huge. It's bigger than this room. It's huge. And it's impressive. It's impressive. This company is impressive. I was doing amazing stuff. So that's the reason why I put him on number 8. Not because they don't deserve to be above or higher. I think it's just because not everyone is, particularly a lot of the collectors that my generation, people that I know, they're more into the Marvel, DC stuff and Star Wars stuff. So, but if I think over time, over years, the younger generation are taking over as collectors and they're getting more into the anime stuff, we're gonna see more and more of that flowing everywhere. So yeah, definitely that was one thing that I can consider. Now another thing I will tell you, number 7 on my list. Number 7, Twitterhead. Twitterhead is number 7, and I will tell you that it was more impressive, of course, not because they have more stuff than Sume Art, but because of the stuff they have was of great quality. Not only the stuff that is coming, but also the stuff that was released this year. You got the Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman. That is an amazing piece. It's a 1/4. It's an amazing looking piece. The quality that they was done in that, it's a simple piece in so many ways, but done right. And that's something that Twitterhead does amazingly. So to me, that was perhaps one of the reasons why Twitterhead is above. Also, we got the Hordak maquette. Now, there's a new Hordak, which is the variant version that is coming, I think, in January. It's going to be released, or they're going to be start shipping into the collectors. But the original came out this year. Amazing, amazing. The exclusive, particularly with the switch out portraits. But Hordak look amazing for sure. Also, the DC superpowers. Of course, now we see the movement between the superpowers, the original collection, and now the 2.0 collection. But we saw this year, we saw Darkseid, which is amazing. Darkseid is an amazing piece. I think connects well with the original superpowers, but also the 2.0. You saw Cheetah, amazing. Also Batgirl, which is still part of the old one. The Dark Knight Returns, still an amazing piece. We have Poison Ivy. So I will tell you one thing. Poison Ivy looks great, and now it's been kind of released in batches, and some people already have theirs. Amazing looking piece. Looking forward, I'm telling you, looking forward to the stuff this year. I have some stuff on pre-order. I have the Superman. I don't have a pre-order. I think because I didn't pre-order that one, so I'm waiting for. I'm on the pretty much on the watch list. So hopefully somebody releases the exclusive, and they don't buy it, so I can buy it. If not, I get the regular, because either or, you're still winning with that piece. Amazing looking piece. But I have the Flash on pre-order. I have the Jon Stewart Green Lantern on pre-order. I'm waiting for Wonder Woman to come out so I can pre-order that one. I haven't pre-ordered Black Adam, but I'm thinking that I'm going to get it when it come out. Amazing. And of course, we have the mode stuff, the Masters of the Universe stuff, the 1/6 scale diorama, which I know is going to be expensive. It's going to be expensive. I'm looking at $1,000 right there easily. But I'm gonna get that one with the 1/6 diorama with Battle Cat. I'm looking forward to that one. So yeah, it is what it is. It definitely is getting expensive, but some companies are still kind of managing. And I think it's on my radar for sure. Now number 6 on my list, I will say Iron Studios. Iron Studios this year, it's impressive. This company did a lot of impressive stuff, and I'm not really too much into 110 stuff. That would be one thing, but I gotta be honest with you. The stuff that Iron Studios is this year with the X-Men versus Sentinel BDS dioramas, amazing. The whole setup is amazing. Yes, you can find that there are a couple of things people don't like about the likeness or some of the quality control of some of the sculpts on the paint job and some things here and there. But for the most part, it's an impressive diorama. And to have all this diorama together, and not only the whole diorama, it's all the parts they go together, the companion parts or the proximity parts, pieces that they call it. It's still growing and growing and growing, and they have so many characters. They're bringing obscure characters to add on to the whole thing. Amazing, really. It's been an impressive collection for sure. But also you have the Hulkbuster versus the Hulk diorama, the BDS 110, really nice diorama, pricey for 110, but still nice looking. You have the Mortal Kombat stuff that came out this year. You have Goro, Shao Kahn, Raiden. Amazing overall. I think they were amazing with that. As a 110 pieces, the quality is there. They have so much detail for 110. It's just unreal. The Thundercats collection that came out early this year, amazing. And now, of course, you got the news, all the foes, all the villains, all of that coming, which is amazing. Also, you know, what was that? What is it? Also, we got Clark Kent. Clark Kent is an amazing. I saw a review just now, and I'm like, man, I need to order that. Clark Kent with the flag and the little, you know, the doves and all that. It just looks cool. I'm telling you, that is a super cool piece. They got Killer Croc came out. Also, you got the Legacy stuff. I think the Legacy Stan Lee was amazing. Also, the 110 Stan Lee is amazing. I'm telling you, the Mandalorian 1/4, I was an impressive statue. I'm telling you, I think it's better than the one by Sideshow. Believe me, I think it's better. The only thing better, I will tell you, there will be that the Hot Toys. I'm telling you, I like the Hot Toys, and that 1/4 Hot Toy that came out this year too. It's just impressive for sure. And of course, we also got Black Widow came out too this year. So Iron Studios did a fantastic job overall. The Joker, all the things that they did this year, it was amazing. They're the kings of the 110, but also that didn't mean that they miss on the 1/4. They also did some good stuff there. So Iron Studios definitely is on my list. I think easily at number 6 on this list. Now number 5 on the list, I'm telling you, it's Queen Studios. Queen Studios did an amazing this year. Amazing. You got the Wonder Woman 1984. I watched the trailer last night. No, a review last night. I was impressed by that Wonder Woman. It's a super cool statue. You know, of course, now it's hard to really know because there's still statues, but man, with all the silicone, man, it's hard to determine what is a statue anymore, you know, because they're realistic. They're prosthetic. You know, they use prosthetic materials. It's just amazing. And she looks fantastic. The life-size bust that they released this year, they released the Wonder Woman, the Joker, Joaquin Phoenix Joker was released, Iron Man was released too, others that were released this year. It's just impressive. The bust line is impressive. Now also the 1/3 Dark Knight, that was an impressive. I also last night, yesterday I was watching a lot of videos, a lot of stuff. So I wanted to know, kind of take a feel about the companies, and I watched a lot of reviews. And the Dark Knight 1/3, it's an impressive piece, impressive for sure. And not only that, Aquaman half scale. Aquaman, that was another impressive statue. Amazing. The likeness, amazing. It's just Queen Studios did it great, and they have, of course, a lot of stuff that they have showcase that is coming next year. A lot of stuff on pre-order that it's just unreal. But also the things that impressed me on the statues on the 1/4 scale, you got the Thanos from Endgame. That Thanos sitting, it looks amazing. It's so amazing. It's an amazing looking piece. Also the Civil War Spider-Man, that is amazing. Also with the shield, I saw a review from someone in Hong Kong. That's impressive. I'm telling you, Queen Studios did amazing this year, for sure. They did a lot of things that, to me, take the cake, you know, easily. I could even put it on number 1 if I wanted to, but I think other companies surpassed Queen Studios because the bulk of the stuff they did. I don't think Queen Studios had as much bulk, but what they did was impressive. You know, I think they didn't miss a bit on anything, so that was good. Now, I will tell you one company that did surpass, in my opinion, in Queen Studios, and in number 4, and they have less to offer, but what they offer was amazing, was Infinity Studio. Infinity Studio offered amazing stuff this year. Not as much, but what they offer, some of that stuff, of course, we saw before, because some of that stuff has been, you know, like on pre-order for a while, but it was released this year, and it didn't disappoint. The Superman Henry Cavill bust, the Batman, the Harley Quinn, all this life-size busts that they were released this year. Amazing. They were like, the likeness, it surpasses anything that has been done before. I'm telling you, surpasses any other statue. It's just spot on. The price tag is there, but if you want like to see them, like, you know, even, you know, Ben Affleck, you know, even his, you know, beard, all that, you can feel it's just amazing. That company blew me away. I'm telling you, Infinity Studio blew me away. And not only that, they did the Bruce Lee bust that I seen a collector, I think in China, that just showcased some photos that already getting that. Bruce Lee is just amazing. And I knew from the moment when I reacted to when he came out, when it was announced, I knew that it would be amazing, but I was blown away. I'm still blown away by the quality of that. They didn't release as much as the companies that I mentioned before, but what they did, it was just beyond words. This is just museum quality stuff. It's beyond the real thing. It's just the real thing. Amazing. So, but not only that, they did stuff also for anime stuff. They have statues for One Piece, which look amazing. Naruto, Shippuden, Dragon Ball stuff that was released this year. Also for their own personal lines of the Chinese lines that they do stuff. Heroes and Legends of the Chinese world on the the Asian world. Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. I'm telling you, that company surpassed Queen Studios not because not because of the quantity of stuff. They surpassed it because the stuff that they produced was better, in my opinion, than anybody else in the likeness. I think they have nailed the silicone stuff better than anybody else. And yeah, other companies are doing it too, but I think they did it great. So that's the reason why I put it on this list, like here. Number 4. Now, number 3, and this might be a bit divisive for some people, but I have to give it to Sideshow Collectibles, even over Queen Studios and Infinity Studios. Why? People say, why are you giving that to them? They don't deserve that. I think even though they disappoint a lot this year, there were a lot of things that could have been done better. I think overall, the stuff that came out, most of the stuff was done right. And the quality was good. Some things didn't miss. Like Darkseid, I know, had a lot of hate, but some people liked it. Some people didn't like Darkseid. But the sculpt is still impressive. And you still can paint it. You can do sort of things with Darkseid. I think it's impressive, the sculpt. But I think the things that were impressive, I think that the other statues, maybe that cannot put it there. Or maybe not even Wolverine can put it there. But I think what put Sideshow on the 3rd place is the stuff that I'm going to mention here. On the Star Wars side, we have the Rancor maquette. That maquette is impressive. It's not accurate with in this case with the show, with the movie or the depiction in the movie, but it's close to it. It's so close and it's so impressive. It's massive. They have now the small version, but the deluxe version is the way to go. That piece, in my opinion, really put Sideshow here in this list. That's for sure. But also the stuff that was on for the Midas line. You have in this case, Darth Maul, which is impressive by the Kucharek brothers. Ventress, also by the Kucharek brothers. I think that line continues to grow and continues to be impressive. And we get it now. We just got the announcement in the 12 Days of Sideshow of the new Darth Vader coming from the Midas. I think the Midas is impressive. And those two pieces are impressive. I'm telling you, they're great. Ventress is amazing. The whole thing is amazing. That's the reason why I think, and at the end of the day, if we have to compare like a life-size thing to a 1/4 scale, some people are gonna say, well, that's much better because of the likeness. But at the same time, the smaller something it is, like I said it many times before, the more the work, the more the detail that you have to add on, and the more work that you have to do, the more impressive things can be. And I feel that Sideshow might be simplistic in so many ways, but overall, what they do, it's done well. Not everything. Ultimately, sometimes quality controllers might be a failure there, but I will tell you that when they deliver, and they deliver good stuff. So I think that was good, and the price point I think is perfect. Now on the Marvel side, we have the Silver Surfer maquette. I will tell you, the Silver Surfer got some hate. Like at the beginning, people didn't like it, but I think the reception has been great. I think the delivery and the piece, the end result, this case the product into the hands of the consumer, into the collectors, I think has been done well. It's fantastic. I think it's a simple. Daniel Bill did a fantastic job with it. It's really impressive. Also, Spider-Man, the symbiote Spider-Man by Guillermo Barbiero. I love that. I think it's a fantastic looking statue. It's a simple delivery, but it's done well. Paint job is perfect. The base is perfect. The detail is perfect. I think it's perfect. It's a great piece. And more people collect Sideshow stuff, so definitely that's one of the reasons why people are more in love with Sideshow, and definitely this is one of them. And it's a great piece. On the DC side, we have Bane. Bane was fantastic, also by Daniel Bell. Fantastic. Really like the more toned down, more comic accurate depiction of Bane, more of the classic 90s version. It's perfect. I think Bane is good. The Batman Who Laughs just came out. Fantastic. It's a simple depiction of the character, but in my opinion, surpasses even the one from Prime 1 Studio, the one there, and even the one from XM Studio. It's less complicated, but it's a fun piece. It's really a fun piece done right. Superman Call to Action came out early this year. Superman Call to Action is a fantastic piece. Overall, even with the mixed media stuff that he has, it was done right. It is a fantastic looking piece. In my opinion, it's perfect the way it is. I don't see anything to complain about it. Another thing that Sideshow did right this year, did fantastic. Now, I want to talk about one piece that, in my opinion, was fantastic, and in so many ways, people don't talk much about it, but it's one of the most beautiful, most sexy pieces ever. The Deja Torres premium format. That piece is amazing. To me, that was a highlight this year. Deja Torres, it was great and sold out now. But I'm telling you, fantastic looking piece. That's the reason why I'm telling you all the stuff that I mentioned here. That's what, in my opinion, puts Sideshow on the map. Number 3, because yes, you know, some of the stuff might be not as impressive as other things that are more expensive, but at the same time, overall, as a company, they still deliver a great product for a great price for the vast majority of collectors. You know, they cover different licenses, and that's good. I think in that they are still maintaining themselves there what they need to be. So yeah, number 3, that's perfect for them. Now number two, now we get into one that, in my opinion, and now number 2 and number 1 is very disputed. I'm telling you, it's very disputed. Took me a while to decide which one would be the one, but I gotta tell you, number 2, I had to give it to XM Studios. Simple. Although I'll tell you, XM Studios surpasses in release and the amount of releases that they did this year to number 1. But I'm telling you, number 2, XM Studios did an amazing year overall. You know, there were a couple of things people complain, and there were a couple of things that they were not as perfect, but the delivery of stuff, it was unreal. I will tell you, the Samurai series this year was impressive. One of the most impressive collections we have seen in recent years. Nightwing, amazing. That piece came out amazing. They got Batman Shugo. We have Orochi Joker, Harley Quinn on the motorcycle, amazing. That was delivered. Robin. All of these pieces were released this year. And some of them perhaps at the end of last year, but into this year. But I'm telling you, each one of them was impressive and amazing. And this collection continues to grow, and XM Studios continues to deliver amazing stuff. Not only stuff, the Transformers stuff that they produce, the Grimlock piece, man, that is the best piece in that collection, Grimlock. But also we have Bumblebee that came out earlier this year. Rodimus Prime came out earlier this year. You also have Soundwave came out recently. All of them are impressive. The whole collection is impressive, but I will tell you, Grimlock was the most impressive of all. And it's still one of the most impressive pieces of the year. And I've seen so many, the top 10 statue reviews, videos and stuff, and it's on the list. It deserves to be on the list. Rodimus Prime is amazing. Also, the stuff that we got for Alien, the Alien Half Warrior, amazing. There's a black version, people are not crazy about it, but you know, the original version came out fantastic. People love that one. You also have the King Predator that came out this year. So that King Predator on the throne is amazing. It's an impressive looking piece. And I'm telling you, I think XM is really getting into that place where they're gonna, they haven't taken over yet, you know, that the aliens and the Predator stuff, but I think they're really close to do it. So to me, that was an impressive delivery for that. Also, the stuff that they did, going to this 1/6 scale stuff, DC reverse stuff, they delivered Lobo this year. We have Sinestro, which in my opinion is a great looking Sinestro. The Black Suit Superman. I will tell you that the paint job on the beard wasn't as great in my opinion, but the overall delivery of the whole piece was amazing. We have Bizarro came out this year, Red Hood came out, Mara, Jessica Cruz, Batman, the different versions of Batman came out this year. It's still growing, that collection growing. So for the 1/6 collector, in this case me, it's the perfect place to go. I still want to see more of the classic stuff rather than the rebirth stuff or the more modern stuff. But you know, time will tell. The New 52 or rebirth, kind of the same thing. But yeah, looking forward to more of that. Definitely, I think XM can do it. Also, we got the 1/4 scale Marvel. So we have Ultimate Captain America, an impressive looking piece in my opinion. A lot of the switch outs, everything that came out with that one was impressive. We have Planet Hulk, the 2 different versions. You know, like amazing. You know, and that the most amazing part of that statue is that it's, you know, in this case hand sculpted. You know, which is amazing. Kind of going back to old school manufacturing, which is great. But also we got Rogue. I like Rogue. Some people may not like the portrait. I still think it's great. It's hard to really compare. You know, if you compare her to the Sideshow maquette, I think they're kind of like there. I prefer the portrait of the Sideshow maquette. But I do like the sculpt and the overall design that they have with in this case for the XM Studios. Psylocke. I like Psylocke. I think she came out great. Some people may not like their portrait. I think she's the way she is perfect. It's a great delivery. So I'll tell you that it was fantastic. But another great piece that came out was, in this case, the XM Studios, and in collaboration with the Legendary Beasts. And you got the Prestige series, you got Thor that came out this year. I think it's an impressive piece, and there's more stuff coming for next year for that particular series, and it's impressive. I'm telling you, XM Studios had a fantastic year. They did a lot of releases, and they keep growing as a company, and it's amazing. It's impressive. Looking forward to 2022 to see what they have to offer. But yeah, they really did amazing. But now number one, and I was debated between number 2 and number 1, but maybe you already know this, but I had to say it. Prime One Studio. Prime One Studio. Some people are gonna fight with me on that. They said, no, Prime One Studio doesn't deserve to be there because of this or that. But I will tell you, Prime One Studio, this year was amazing. First, because they had the showcases. The showcases were amazing. The whole thing, the way the whole reveals they have, all the stuff they have on pre-order is amazing. And yes, they didn't have as many releases. A lot of stuff was delayed, but the stuff that came out was, in my opinion, the best of the best. And when I'm looking at the Prime One Studio that came out this year, when you look at the stuff that they collaborated with Blissway, Mother of Dragons that came out at pretty much the beginning of the year. Some people even have it at the end of last year. But Mother of Dragons, amazing. And yes, some people would say that the likeness with the actors is not there 100%. But the whole diorama, the concept, the whole thing, it looks premium. It looks great. Also, in that particular, with the collaboration with Blissway, they did the Joker. And, impressive. In collaboration with the Joker, Joaquin Phoenix. Amazing. I'm telling you, I think this is the best Joaquin Phoenix Joker representation on that particular scale. It was impressive. So that, to me, put this already on the map where it needs to be. But also, you saw a lot of the releases for Devil May Cry 5. You have Dante, Nero, Virgil, deluxe statues. Those pieces were amazing. They're amazing as a 1/4 scale. The switch outs, the paint job, the quality of those pieces, the overall design. It's a fantastic collection. Fantastic. And there's still more pieces coming for that collection next year. So it is impressive what they have done. They did with that one. Also, we have releases for Berserk. You had Casca that came out just recently, but also you got Cyan and Ubik. And looking good. The whole collection is looking good. You got the Jurassic Park collection, and those were super impressive dioramas. I love dioramas. I'm a sucker for dioramas. But we have the Mosasaurus, amazing looking diorama, huge. The Spinosaurus, another huge diorama. But I think the Rotunda Rex is perhaps one of the most impressive too. The 3 dioramas were impressive. The whole thing that they released, other things they released this year in this case for the Jurassic World, Jurassic Park, they were all amazing. The detail that they are producing with these pieces is amazing. And now I'm telling you, another thing that I was impressed this year, the stuff that they also released for Lord of the Rings, they got the Sauron that they released, Masterpiece, I think, Masterclass, whatever, I forgot they call them. But the one that I was impressed was the diorama, the Sauron versus, with a Gandalf versus Sauron diorama. Impressive diorama. Impressive, a very impressive, a must for any Lord of the Rings collector. You have to have it. It is an impressive piece. Let me read this. I think I'm hooked on Prime 1/3 scale after getting a couple pieces this year. I'm in trouble for next year. Yes, I'm telling you, man. Prime One Studios, it just blows everybody else because of the quality, because of the design, because of the concept. Their game pieces are nicely detailed. Yes, they are. A lot of the stuff. I think this year we also have the Ryu. Or the Ryu, look amazing. Hey, Sonic Flash. Hey, how you doing, Sonic? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to all of you who are watching this at this moment. Hello, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to. I'm just going through the notes, but I'm getting excited with all of this, man. I'm telling you. The stuff that they did this year, like the Prime One Studio also did the Mega House collaboration. They did the Super Saiyan Son Goku that came out this year. Amazing looking pieces. In my opinion, the best Goku statue that we had. And of course, you cannot miss, I think, one of the most impressive pieces of the year, and perhaps the top 10 for most people, or the top number 1, it will be the Batman Hush. Batman Hush came out this year. Now they're putting out the black version and all that. To be honest with you, people ask me, which one do I prefer, black version or regular version? Go for the regular version. Go for the regular because it is the classic stuff. It's the classic Hush. Black version, one thing that I got to talk about at some point, I'm not really crazy about this variant stuff that they're coming out nowadays. A lot of black versions. Prime One Studios is doing it. XM Studios is doing it. Even Twitterhead is doing it. Not crazy about this variant repainted stuff. I think, you know, sometimes doesn't even have. And I know it has more collectible value because the numbers are limited, but at the same time, not necessarily my thing. You know, I think that companies are abusing that a little bit, and they need to kind of stop with that. But I'm telling you, Prime 1 Studio was impressive. So many pieces that I can count here that were released this year. Amazing looking stuff. Overall, they were amazing. And I also have honorable mentions, I can tell you. Companies that I didn't mention because for some reason, like J&D Studios, I think it's amazing. I didn't count J&D Studios. I'm impressed with the 2 pieces they released this year, but there were only 2 pieces they released this year. They still have more to prove, but whatever they showcased was amazing looking. You know, that Wonder Woman they released. What was that? The guy that does the Joker, Joaquin Phoenix, that they released 2 amazing looking pieces. I think this year we'll get to see more. Perhaps they can be on the top 10 list because they're comparable. They're getting close to what, you know, the quality, I would say, to what Quinn Studios can do, and even Infinity Studio. But those companies have been here longer and they have more stuff to showcase. Another company that was, I think, in my opinion, was impressive this year was Gentle Giant and Diamond Select Toys. If you're looking into the cheap stuff, the still affordable stuff, they're still in that range. They didn't do crazy stuff this year. That's probably the reason why it couldn't be on the top 10. They didn't as much stuff, but they continue. They're constant. They're consistent. They're doing their stuff with the animated stuff. It's the animated bus line, the Star Wars stuff that they're producing as a full scale at 1.7 and 1.6. Still great. They're still on the mini bus stuff, so they're still doing stuff, you know. And they're doing stuff on the Premiere series. And there's been some complaints in regards to the scale and the sizes, but they're still producing stuff. So, you know, they're constant. So if you're looking for something that is more affordable, they're constant there. And I think that's, you got to give them credits for being constant, particularly in this economy right now. Weta Workshop, still impressive this year. They release a lot of stuff. Of course, you know, not as much stuff, but whatever they released was on point. Still releasing quality stuff for the, you know, in this case, for the collectors of the people that are really interested on the Lord of the Rings stuff. They still releasing stuff, amazing looking stuff for sure. And I will tell you one company that I will consider this year that in my opinion is doing amazing is Royal Selangor. Royal Selangor doing amazing stuff with the pewter statues, the pewter materials. I think there were a lot of them. You don't get to see a lot of collectors reviewing them because of course they're really expensive and they're very small. But I think for their high end, and they did a lot of stuff with DC, with Marvel, with Star Wars. It's been a fantastic year for them. I will tell you guys, I'm telling you, it's been an amazing, amazing year for sure. I want to say thank you to those who are watching this right now. Thank you to those who have taken the time to watch since the beginning. Thank you to those who are going to watch this in the future, because I'm going to have the timestamp so you can go through the different conversations and point things out. This has been a fantastic year for sure. It's crazy. Yes, 2022, it's going to be a crazier year, in my opinion. We're going to get to see more releases, more surprises for statue collectors, for action figure collectors. We're going to see a lot more stuff. We're going to see more stuff for omnibus collectors, for even diecast collectors. We're going to see, there's a lot of stuff that is coming. Movies, TV shows, gaming. But yeah, it's been crazy, and I want to tell you, all of you, it's like I am so grateful, and this is definitely probably my goodbye note here. I want to say thank you. Thank you very much for your support. I am grateful. First of all, I'm for most, I'm grateful to God. I'm grateful to God for His mercy, for His blessings. This year, I started the year recovering from my health. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm struggling still with my health. I've been struggling more. I think it's been the pressure, the end of the year, the work, and all that. But I'm so grateful that I have life, that I can come to the end of the year. I'm still alive. I'm still battling. And I'm grateful to God for His mercy, His grace, salvation. God has been good to me this year. He has blessed me with a good job. After starting the year without a job, you know, like just working on the stuff on YouTube, barely surviving with it, going back to work and be able to make money again and be able to buy the stuff that I wanted, like the stuff that I'm showcasing here, that I showcase, the stuff that I haven't pre-ordered, all of that, you know, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. So I'm grateful for that. Thankful to my wife for what she has been with me through ups and downs, and she's always been my support, my friend, my best friend, which I consider and I respect. For my daughter, you know, she's still, you know, growing and maturing. You know, now she's married and she's just working. She has a good job, and she's happy with her job. And you know, like everything else in life, you know, there's ups and downs. and definitely looking forward to the next year. I don't know what next year will bring, but like I mentioned earlier when I started the video, I'm looking forward to have an impact in life, more than just what I do here at the channel, but to do more for other people, to bless others the way I've been blessed. I think at the end of the day, life is about blessings. Hey Batman, hey, how you doing? Yeah, happy new year to you. May God continue to bless you. Thank you. Same to you. Same to all of you who are watching, but all of you have been, I think at the end, I'm thinking about being inspirational with my life, how to inspire people to do their best, I want my channel not just to be a place for people to escape reality, but I want for a place for people to find hope, through my life. I think, as a Christian, I believe that we all are in this earth with purpose. I do believe that we are being created in God's image. I believe that God is in all of us, and because we were being created in His image, and God loves all of us. And I do believe that the things we do here are good, important, but not everything. And I do believe that it's important that we, besides caring about hobbies and all that, we also care about the impact that we leave behind, the legacy we leave behind for others. Are we really living our lives for ourselves, for selfish reasons, or are we living our lives for others? I think in the end, there's more joy in, giving yourself and showing and, sharing what you've been given to others. I think sometimes the problem being a collector is that because we're collectors, we like to gather stuff and we like to treasure. But the truth of the matter is that we're not going to take any of this with us to our grave. So how can we leave an impact to other people's lives? How can we share with others, the joy, the peace, the good things? And that's something that we have to be careful. That's something that we have to concentrate on and we have to worry about. So that's what I've been doing in my life now, I think, is concentrating on those things and really looking towards the future. I'm so blessed. I'm glad. Looking forward to the next year. There's going to be a lot of challenges for sure. I'm blessed with the things that God has given me and the things that are coming. I wish I have all the money in the world, but at the same time, if I have all the money in the world, what am I supposed to do with it? Just spend it on collectibles or just share it? And I think that's the difference. That's what makes a man. That's the difference between boys and men. I think a man is the one that understands his place in the world and how can you bless others. And boys are the ones that they just think about themselves. And unfortunately, in this hobby, there are many boys, but not many men. And I want to be a man. I don't want to be a boy. So that's the thing that's where I'm at right now in my life. But so glad, so blessed, and happy for 2022. And I'm telling you guys, it's a miracle that we made it through. It is a miracle that we made it through and we're still here. But I want to wish you all of you, a happy new year, happy 2022. Blessings for you, your family, your business, your hobbies, your pastimes, that everything you desire that you can have, that you can achieve this year. Success and joy. My friends, thank you very much. I want to say to all of you, I'm about to go. It's ready to go because definitely it's over. It's been here for 2 hours or close to 2 hours. And I want to spend some time with the family, with the wife, and a couple things I got to do. But my friends, God bless you. Take care. Again, if you came here late, I will have this. You can watch it from the beginning. I will have also at some point the timestamps, so that way you can watch this and choose the excerpts or the time frame if you're only interested in one thing or the other. My friends, God bless you. See you later.